Happy Tuesday. What's up? What's up? What's up? How's it going? Oh man, we're here. We're back with Takt, Op.Destiny. What's up, everybody? Oh, we're good. Hope everything's been going well for everybody. Excited. Episode 7. What's up, Harry? What's going on? Happy Tuesday. Let me know if there's a desync. Let me know if the audio's before me talking, before my lips are moving, or after. This season is flying by. That's what it feels like. For Takt, anyways, it feels like it's flying by. What's up, Wushan? Happy Tuesday. For Takt, it feels like it's just flying by. Like, I'm trying to, really think about it. Like, we're already on the 7th episode. We got 5 left? Because I think it's 12. I think we got 5 left, so. Oof. So I'm excited to see where this goes. If this gets a second season, if it's only gonna do the 12 or 13, wrap up and just be done. Who knows? I think it has potential, depending. It has potential on being a multi-season show. So that's all I got pretty much. Last week was it felt like a cool down episode to prep us up for something crazy that was gonna happen. We were in New Orleans. The girls, Destiny is growing more of a personality, and the girls were with I think her name was Maria and her husband, and just they were able to give that woman just another happy day because she lost her daughter, and kind of like, I didn't remember if she had Alzheimer's or if because of the loss she refused it. I don't remember the specifics, but they were able to give her that day. And then Takt was able to put on a performance for the people that were at least familiar with his father, and they performed with him, I think, one time whenever he was going around traveling composing. So cool episode. We ended with Sagan talking about getting the report from what's his name? Chandler? I think it's Chandler. Right? That's not right. I don't remember. Got the report from Blonde Dude. We got to see his what's it called? His magic art. And I'm just babbling now. Let me shut up. Let me mute the music. I was trying to remember the last week's episode, but I'm just babbling. All right, let me shut up. Schindler! I was close. Chandler. Schindler. Okay. All right. I tried. All right. Takt, episode 7. We're going to get started in 5, 4. Wait, hold on. We're not getting started at all. There we go. Now we're going to get started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Those should be the Appalachian Mountains. The tapping. He's going in. Look at his eyes. You see his eyes? Is he not sleeping? Is he not sleeping? I'm thinking he's not sleeping because he's been trying to think about what he could put on the sheets. That's what I'm guessing. Get rid of this. I really like this opening though. Mm. I really like the opening. Huh. I wonder. Did it show where they were and I just didn't pay attention, or did it just give the date? I wasn't paying attention. What date is it? In show, did they show a date? I wasn't paying attention. Trying not to watch the opening. It's like I want to, but I'm not going to. Huh. That looks pretty cool. Oh, you piece of trash. You piece of trash. Oh, you disgusting piece of trash. Yeah, are you putting him in his place? Oh. Hmm. Huh. Oh, wow. Straight to his face. So, he's just a twisted piece of crap. Sagan, he's up to something. September 26th. And the Symphonica won't send anybody. Hmm. How do you think Takt will perform? Oh, Jesus. I wonder how he'll perform. Ooh, I called that, baby. It's not hard if you know your geography. They're on the East Coast. Any mountain range on the East Coast is the Appalachian Mountains. Didn't expect it either. What did she do? What did she do? Destiny having a personality is something to get used to. Did you see the subtitles wrote his whisper small? Inspiration. That was really cool. The subs wrote his whisper really tiny. Nope. He's been inspired. You know, it wasn't until that right there that they looked the same. Destiny and well, Cassette and Anna. I appreciate that he explained this to them and they left them alone. I like that. What is it? What is it? Hey man. Yep. I was just about to say it. It's better than nothing. Dude, still hasn't gone to sleep. Destiny's going to fight. You, you took my arm. Oh my goodness, Enryu. Enryu's relating. The boy hasn't slept in I don't know how many days. Like what? Dessert? Has his eyes always whenever Destiny goes into music art mode, have their eyes always matched? Because his eyes were the same color as hers. That's something I never picked up. I think yes, but I don't know. Yes. Okay. That's something I never. Maybe I picked up on it and said something before. For some reason, it's just like I felt like I never noticed that. It's the same lady from the car. No, I'm road. Look at her. I'm saying it's mad weird that like the last 3 episodes she's like Destiny is growing. Oh baby. I don't think the baby can, well, they can. I don't know if they should. Yeah. She gets. Won't you look at that? Hmm? It's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty cool. Who you talking to, Lenny? Who you talking to, Lenny? Who you talking to, Lenny? Say it ain't so, man. Pancakes look good. Say it. Yeah, something I noticed. Dude, this is so. The fact that this was addressed, all questions that I think we all had at the beginning of this series, like episodes 1 through 3, everything she asked. I know I 100% asked. This is a new looking D2. Look at that head. That was a real question he asked too. Ah, that shot's fire. That shot was fire. I'm not mad at the reused animation. Look at that, man. He's low. He's low on sleep. I don't think he's been eating. There's a lot going on his mind. He's not all the way there. The look of concern on her face. Dude, she was like looking at him and frowning. What the heck? I'm not used to it. It's like the best thing and the weirdest thing that's happened in this show thus far. Like the more that she grows as an individual, it's so odd to see. That damn tuning fork. Mm-hmm. What kind of bullcrap is that? It was him. He... Yep. 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 This is a losing battle. Not right now. I knew it was gonna end. I knew it. It felt too good. It felt too good. It felt too good. Dude, that piece of trash. That piece of trash. All right, so we definitely, yes, Perry, we definitely have questions answered. Definitely have questions answered. But I definitely have more questions. 100% I have more questions. So, first question is Schindler and Sagan on the same page? And by meaning the same page, we see the disagreements that they have in this episode. But on the same page, the grand scheme, are they on the same page? Or is this whole awaken D2s in specific areas so that we can wipe out these impoverished towns so that we can come in and save the day? Not even save the day. He's not even looking for that. They're just getting the credit for saving the day because they're the music arts. But he just really, he just really wants to just get rid of all of these impoverished places. So is that just a him thing? Is that just a him thing? So if his first time using did he say specifically his first time? Let me go back. Because he used specific wordings, but I was so enraptured by what was happening that I didn't peep exactly what he said. Hold on. Okay, he did say I used this power for the first time. I just needed to clarify, my bad. It's not that I didn't believe you. I was so caught up. Hold on. That's a question I have. Like, my first question is is Schindler and Sagan on the same page, large scale? Is that the case, or is this his own thing that he's been doing, just going to these impoverished places and just destroying stuff, destroying these towns? Second question. With Perry, is Ken's death, Kenji Asahina, excuse me, is his death just a coincidence, or is it something else? It depends. We don't know much about Sagan. That's the whole thing. We know that he's up to something. Now it could be just from the perspective that we're seeing Sagan, is he seems shady, but he really has like a good motive as to whatever he's doing. But he seems shady. Like with Schindler, I think it's clear that he's shady. With Sagan, I think because of like the association, you automatically assume that on him. And plus everything that we were talking about last week with him just seems nuts to have that gigantic press conference, essentially like condemning a man's words at the place where he died a few hours before. That's nuts to me. But I don't know. It makes me feel like, what is this similar to? Oh, wait, I have like the perfect. No, that's a Squid Game spoiler. But it just makes me feel like if Sagan has like this huge evil plan that he's been working on, and he's gonna try to twist Takt into like developing fully so that he can use him as a part of that plan, and has knowledge that Schindler is doing all of these things and doesn't necessarily care because it doesn't interfere with what he's doing. Is that what's happening? Or is he no, I think he knows exactly what Schindler is just because of how he degraded him in this episode. He completely disrespected him. Like completely. Like you're like, I don't need you. So does he know what he's doing? Does he not know? Like I don't know. You know what? I'm still gonna keep on the track of Sagan isn't necessarily a good person. This could be wrong, but what I'm feeling is Sagan quite possibly could be doing something on a worldwide scale, because right now Schindler's talking about like worldwide stuff, but he's only affecting the United States to what we know of, excuse me. But what I'm leaning more towards Sagan being on the global scale, like working with D2s or using D2s on a global scale. And he needs like the development of Takt and Destiny cassette, whatever the heck is going on, the development of them would prove to be the final piece that he would need to be able to either enact some world takeover or something. And Schindler doing all of this stuff in America doesn't necessarily hurt him, kind of helps. So he just lets him do whatever he wants to, because he's just a flunky dog that he could just puppet around. Like he could just puppet Schindler around and make him think he has power and all that stuff, because he they're like, this dude's not really doing nothing crazy. I can just let him do whatever he wants to. Like he'll fulfill what I need him to fulfill while he thinks he's just doing whatever he wants to. So I'm gonna lean on that. I'm not gonna budge from that stance until the show tells me it's time to move on from that stance. Just how he talks just makes me, he doesn't come off genuine enough. The tiny moments that we do get to see of him, they don't feel genuine. They feel like, excuse me, he feels like he has these grand hopes and these grand ideas for what he's trying to do, and it doesn't feel genuine. It feels a little bit sinister. I don't know, man. I don't know. I wonder if he purposefully egged on Schindler and is betting everything on Takt to handle him for whatever his motive may be. That's a good one. That's a really good one. I'm over here with the tinfoil hat on. You guys are staying close to the vest. That's a really good one. Maybe like if Takt succumbs to whatever like that stuff on him is, maybe by taking down Schindler, like he can try to enlist Takt. So if Takt takes Schindler down, which I have no idea how he's going to be able to navigate all these D2s and hell here. I don't know. Battling Schindler could help Takt to level up, and true. Very, very, very true. There can also be, I think the level up per se might come from not necessarily Takt getting a level up, but I do think the level up lies with Destiny. I don't think it lies with Takt. I think upon, like say we start next episode, they start fighting, they're losing, and then something like something terrible happens to Takt. I can see Destiny having some sort of like break, and then like a development happens with her, and that's where the level up or the power up or something might come from. That's what I'm thinking, because we've been focusing the last 2 episodes on her personality a lot, and we even like the big moment, like And you could tell it's a big moment because they threw the animation. They threw the animation at it when they were sitting there having that conversation right here. When they were sitting here like this, and she just was like hammering questions. It feels like there's going to be some sort of breakthrough between the two of them. Alright. Lenny might show up in time to help / save Takt. Maybe. We need to go. Is there any identifiers in the Lenny and Lenny's environment that could show how far away they are? I'm trying to, like, who is he talking to? One, was he talking to Schindler? Was he talking to Sagan? Was he talking to... Could he have been talking to Walker? Ah, look at that, Perry. I could see, could it be Walker? Maybe Walker contacted Lenny, and then Titan's like, that's where Takt's supposed to be, and then Walker shows up, and then that gives enough time for Lenny to show up. Lenny and Titan. I don't know. Doubt Schindler. Yeah, it's like I doubt Schindler. I wonder if I don't know. It's the one thing I will give this series. The one thing I'll give this series credit is you don't know where any character lies. Like, we're at episode 7, and I don't know if I should. Lenny's actions and what he has done has made me feel like I should trust him. But the way he acts in those situations and when he helps, like, it feels like maybe there's something else up with him. Like, even getting this phone conversation. From Titan, you see concern. From Lenny, you see kind of concern and annoyance. But for some reason with me, this might not be the case for you guys, but for me, I don't know, for some reason I feel like Lenny could just show up and it can be a bad thing. Even though he's helped us every single time that he's been on screen. So I don't know. I appreciate that with this series. I'm not able to gauge what any character truly is besides Schindler. Like, Schindler is just like comically bad. Like, he's bad to be bad, and he's just unraveling the more we get to see him. Since the moment we've seen him, he's unraveled every single time he gets on screen. He's worse off than the last time we've seen him. But outside of him, everyone else, until you really get to hear what they're talking about, like, even the people from last week, I'm like, it feels sus, and it's just like, no. It's just like, no, they weren't sus. They were just people who are very wary because of the times that they live in, and they just love music. And that's just what it was. I really appreciate that about this series. I really do. All this stuff, like having, like, this scene right here, and I'm gonna pause it. Hold on. I need to bring it back. This look on her face. She has never made this look. Ever. She's never made this look. She's never made this look. Like, she is concerned. She's looking at him like, what is going on with him? Like, he probably shouldn't be out here, but I can't do it by myself. It's really freaking good, man. Really good. It's I'll say it again. I haven't said it like 4 times so far, but her developments in these last 3 episodes, the development that she's been going through has been like nutty. It's nutty because, yeah, this is why I still need to find someone that hasn't watched you start off episode 1 and she's Destiny. Then you go episode 2 and it's Cassette. And then you go to episode 3 and it's Destiny. And then 4 it's Destiny. And then 5 it's Destiny. And then 6 it's kinda Destiny. And now in episode 7 it's like, this is Destiny. Yes, that's her name, but that's not the the robotic non-human thing that we've been encountering for the first 5 to 6 episodes. Like, she is, it's crazy. It's to the point where she didn't even care. Like, she didn't even care about what she was called. And now she's sitting there like, she stopped calling me Cassette, but she won't call me Destiny. Like, she's acting different. Matter of fact, you don't even call me Destiny. And it's so good. It's so good. It is so it's unexpected. For some reason, I didn't expect this. I thought we were just going to have monotone, no personality Destiny for this entire series. And then something would have happened at the end. But to watch her grow, call me dumb, but I didn't see it coming at all. Also, when do you plan on watching the opening? I have not watched it yet. I don't know. Part of me feels like I'm never gonna watch it. We'll get to the last episode. We'll get to the last episode and I'll watch it after we finish the whole season. I don't know. I'll float the idea to myself next week when we sit down to watch, but I have no idea. This is a really good episode. This was my favorite episode so far. Absolutely. This was my favorite episode so far. I don't remember which episode was my favorite episode before, but this episode 7 was my favorite. Is my favorite episode. I'm just stunned by her development alone. Like, this episode could have just been her development. We didn't need any of like, if we wouldn't have gotten any of the Schindler stuff or anything else, and it was just her development, it probably would have been my favorite episode. Just by her asking all the questions that she was asking and how she's emoting and what she went out on her own to help people. It was just so good. It's just so good. It's just so good. I have questions for the Symphonica though. Sagan in particular. Schindler, he's chalked up. We know what he's about. Hell just seems like she's busted. So how do we beat him? Heard that some viewers are losing interest in the show. Guess they don't like the sword. No, that's Wushan, that's a thing with individuals. If a series doesn't have fights in it, people don't care. Like, they do not care. There has to be a fight every single episode. Like, whenever development happens, like, these are like things that I've heard from people come out of their mouth. When the development happens, a lot of people are like, yeah, we needed it. It's good that they got it out of the way now, so we can just get to. So whenever things pop off again, we could just get to the fights, and we don't have to worry about it then. Just like, no, that's not like how it works. Like, the fighting should be an accent to the story. It shouldn't be the whole thing. And it's odd to me. It's very odd because you'll have some series which focus all on fighting. And people don't like them because it's too much fighting. But then when you have the series that have a really good story and the fights happen when they matter, people don't like it because they don't fight enough. So it's just like, damned if you do, damned if you don't. At that point, it's just like, whatever. I'm not worried about them. It sucks because this is a really good show. This is a really good show. I'm really liking it. I'm really liking it just for the characters alone. Like, screw the fights, the characters alone. Seeing where we started off with Takt and Destiny and Anna and where they are now. Right? Where they are now, and it's been 7 episodes. And it hasn't felt like, to me personally, it hasn't felt rushed at all. it's felt like a very natural progression. Like when I pull back with Destiny, it feels like a natural progression. Like they've been together for over a month now, going on 2 months now, spending every single moment of every single day together. Pulling back, there's no way she shouldn't have been able to develop and open up as a person and be able to learn things as she's experiencing. It's just, I never thought about it. But so when it gets put in my face, I'm like, holy crap, that's amazing. Because all the development that she's going through, it's not things you haven't seen. So like, yes, there's moments that these characters spend together that we don't get to see, but affect them. But you get to see her call back other things, and you think about other things that have had an impact on her, and how she hesitates, or how she does this, or she looks off at something and she does this. Just even the way she speaks. Like at the start of last week, she felt like Destiny when she made her joke. Like she made a funny with Takt, like made a funny. He was just like, huh? And she's like, I'm making a joke. That still felt like Destiny, but it's just like, oh snap, she's learning. Just even the way, like the inflection in her voice when she's talking this week feels different. Oh gosh, it feels softer. Feels much softer. It feels kinder. It doesn't feel robotic. It still has the same tone because that's her tone, but it doesn't come off as harsh or unknowing. It's so well done. But people just want to see flashy things, unga bunga, fighting nonsense. Like it makes me wonder sometimes. It makes me wonder because it's something that I've always, it's something I can get off my chest. I brought it up to like a friend a while ago. And for me, like now doing YouTube, and I would stay away from certain conversations, but now certain conversations come to me no matter what. And for me personally, when I'm watching something or I'm reading something, I need to know, like I want to know almost everything I possibly can know so that I can properly assess if I like a show or not. If I'm going to keep watching it, if I'm going to drop it, if I'm going to keep reading it, if I'm going to drop it. The last thing I want to do is not understand a series, stop watching it or stop reading it because I don't understand it, and then come to find out that if I just would have understood this part right here, it would have made sense and I could have liked it. So for me, when I'm watching a series, I want to know a lot. I want to know everything. I don't want to misunderstand plot points, the like plot beats, characters, character motivations. I don't want to misunderstand any of that. A lot of people just will go around misunderstanding things either because they don't want to know or out of their ignorance, like ignorance of not knowing, and then being ignorant, like just being like nasty individuals. They just don't care. They're just nasty people. So it's just like, I hate it, whatever. I don't care to learn about it. I don't want to be like that person. And that's how just some people are. And you have to have those conversations with them. You have to talk to them. You have to hear them out. Everyone's opinion's right, but no, it's not. It's just that. Like, I don't want to be that person. So I want to understand everything about a series. So whenever I have a hot take, if someone really wants to argue back with me, I can counter what they're saying and be like, no, I completely understand. I didn't miss a doggone thing. I understand exactly what's going on. I don't like it. I don't want to be the individual that sits here and throws out a hot take, and then when someone comes with actual facts, I didn't know that. Like, I didn't know that, but I won't vocalize that I didn't know that. So now I'm just going to either turn into a troll, or I'm going to flip this, and now it's going to just become something even bigger, because I don't want to be that person at all. Don't want to be that person. So that's how some people just operate, and it's weird to me. It's very weird to me. There's a lot of weird and corny things that people do, that if you say it's weird and corny, you're the one that's wrong. So I just don't say anything. But it's good series suffer from it. Good series suffer from it. And I think personally, it's just the generation that we live in. The generation that we live in, they can't sit still for 5 minutes. So something always has to keep their attention. So in a series where the last 2 to 3 episodes have had minimal fights, but a lot of character developments, they can't pay attention to that. It's not catching their eye. So like they need a series that it has big crazy fight, little bit of story, big crazy fight, little bit of story. So like they can suffer through the little bit of story till they get to the big fight, and it's just like, oh man, that was crazy. And then they get through the little bit of story and they can suffer through it. But Lord forbid they go an episode without it. You go an episode without a fight, it's called filler. That's what we do. That's what people do nowadays. Oh, it's just filler. Like if they're not fighting, it's not relevant. So that's just the generation that we live in now, with the very young millennials and Gen Z. It's they can't suffer through things. So things need to be unga bunga and flashy. That's just how it is. And then you'll have someone hear the things that I'm saying. See, I think a lot, so I can think about a lot of retorts that people will come back with. Someone will hear something that I'm saying and they'll be like, oh, well, no, they just don't know how to write. That's just bad storytelling, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It's like, no, it's not. It's not bad storytelling. I don't think this series is bad storytelling. I just feel like you may have a short attention span. That's it. That's what I think. And this doesn't apply to everybody, but it does apply to a vast majority of individuals that intake certain series. And then it's just like people wonder why things won't change or things are a certain way. It's like, you didn't like X, Y, and Z. So, know it. Perfect example, and then I'll touch on one more thing from this and we'll get up out of here. Perfect example is the MCU, right? There's a lot of people that love the MCU. There's a lot of people that hate the MCU. There's a lot of people that think all MCU movies are the same. There's a lot of people that will be like, no, there's so much diversity. So you have the MCU, which is 23 movies with Endgame. I think, was it 23 with Endgame or was it 23 with Far From Home? It's either 23 or 24, 25. We're just under 30 movies and three series with the MCU. A lot of content, a lot of characters. And I think it's even more apparent now that a lot of the MCU follows beats. Like their movies have Act 1, Act 2, Act 3, and they're all fairly the same because guess what? They make money. A lot of people like them. It's a proven formula that works. So we're not going to stray too far from that formula. So you can plug and play all the different MCU movies and they all follow the same beats. They all have the humor injected. They all have similar characters throughout them. So you get to now where you have a movie like Eternals. Eternals comes out and it's completely different from any MCU movie that currently exists. So if the MCU is over here, the Eternals is all the way over there, across the street, down the hill, in a corner. That's what the Eternals is. So now when you have that, regardless on if you like it or not, or if there are flaws with the movie or not, because it's so different, it's automatically getting the hate that it's not a good movie. And it gets that hate because guess what? It doesn't feel like an MCU movie. But there's a lot of people who are like, yo, this is a really good movie. Like if you didn't watch the MCU, you could just watch this movie and given a Thanos reference, you would have no idea this was a Marvel movie. It's stuff like that. It's very reflective of just times today and how people consume media. So when you have all of these old shonen series, like your Bleaches, your Dragon Balls, early One Piece, your Narutos, where they were a certain way and people either liked them or they didn't like them and they voiced their opinions. And now we have the new day where there's a bunch of series that either follow those same things or adapt from it, and people don't like it. So it's like you'll have people have criticisms with My Hero or Boruto or Black Clover, and those series are inspirations and adjustments to the things that people didn't like before. So it's like what are you doing? Like, these things exist because you didn't like this. You liked it and you didn't like it. We took those things, we spliced it up, made it different. Here you go. And now you're crucifying these things for the things, like, for not having or having these things, like not having or having what are in these series because they weren't in that series. And it's just like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, you got to make your mind up. You cannot be wishy-washy. You can't play hot potato. You can't play hopscotch. You can't go back and forth. And that's just a lot of what today is. And it's just very apparent. Like, a series like this, which is really good, who knows? Who knows if it'll get greenlit for a second season? Who knows if it'll have the eyes that it deserves to have? Because of these 7 episodes, there was only one episode in which the animation wasn't up to snuff as much, and it wasn't even bad. It was the casino episode. And it wasn't even terrible. Like, it was good. But hey, there isn't, no, I won't say that. I was gonna be very specific, but I won't say that. But it just, it plays on the things that people like, and it draws you in for a good story, and people check out. Oh well, it's their loss. It's their loss. I say it's their loss, but then it ends up being our loss because it's not popular and it won't come back. So, mini rant over. Mini rant over. The thing I wanted to touch on from this is, I wonder what. So right now we're in this limbo state of Takt's personality, Destiny's personality, and I'm genuinely worried and concerned for Anna. Genuinely am, because we know how she was before, and then whatever happened to Cassette happened, and she like kept her guard up, she kept her hopes up, kept calling her Cassette. But as she continues to be with her, she's kind of like breaking down, but she's still trying to save face. She's still trying to put that mask on of being Anna, but she's breaking down, and she's like, more and more as these episodes go on, like, it's cracking, and this episode was even more. And it's just like, I'm worried. I don't want anything bad happen to her, but 2, I don't want her to go through like this. I don't think she'll go as far as like a psychosis break because of this, but she hasn't grieved. Neither of them have grieved yet. We don't know if Cassette is gone, so it's hard to, but I don't want her mental to take a nosedive off the cliff, even though it's probably already been there. I don't want to see it. That's mainly what I'm saying. I don't want to see it because it'll hurt. It'll definitely hurt. So I'm definitely worried about Anna. I really am. Because this little moment that they gave us, right here, man, just the look on her face, it hurt. It definitely hurt. That look right there, this look hurt. So I'm hoping nothing absolutely terrible happens to her. I really do. This look right here, I just hope nothing. I hope nothing terrible happens to her. So that's all I got. I'm gonna get up out of here. Here we go. Appreciate you guys for hanging out with me. Can we Can we want a song that you'll react to? Can we suggest a song? I don't necessarily react to music, so I'm not gonna get your hopes up and say yes. So the answer most likely will probably be no, unless the song is in something. I don't know. I'm just gonna say no. But you can recommend the song and I'll listen to it. I probably won't react to it though. That's what I will say. Probably listen to it, but I won't react to it, unfortunately. But nonetheless, I'm gonna get out of here. Appreciate you guys for hanging out with me. We'll be back here, episode 8 for Takt next Tuesday. So have a good rest of your day. A good rest of your Tuesday. I have to cough. A good rest of your Tuesday or your Wednesday. Have a good rest of your weekend, and hopefully, God willing, I'll see you back here next Tuesday for episode 8. So thank you again. Appreciate you. I repeat myself a lot. And I'll see you next time. Peace out.